It's the first race of the Moto3 2024 campaign. It's the Losail International Circuit. The stage is set. Who will be the first race winner as we kick off a mammoth campaign in 2024? Hello everybody and welcome to Moto3 and watch along coverage of the 2024 Qatar Grand Prix. We're almost all set to go. The riders are on the track and the formation lap is about to start. Welcome to a new era. For 75 years, motorcycle racing has been named MotoGP, and the way up the ladder has never been more important. Here's the grid then from start to finish. Daniel Holgado starting where he needs to go on from last year. He's on pole. Ivan Ortola alongside Jose Antonio Ruda. Row 2's is Adrian Fernandez alongside Matteo Bertoletti. Joel Kelso lines up in sixth position. Moving further down to the third row of the grid, Ricardo Rossi alongside David Alonso and Vicente Perez. Colin Vyers alongside Felipe Ferroli and Angel Perquez as well starts in 12th. Watch out for him, he broke his back last year and he looks all good to get going. David Munoz is alongside Luca Lunetta, alongside then Yamanaka in 15th and Stefano Neppa, Jacob Rulstone in 17th and Taylor Ferruzzi. Then Suzuki 19th, Ogden in 20th, Joshua Whiteley's teammates at 21st. Then it's Caro alongside Esteban Baruzzi, and Dirtwiller starts at the back of the grid. 25 runners for Moto3 in 2024. And we're here at the Losail International Circuit. Track temperature 33 degrees, air temperature is at 25 degrees, and wind speed is on the up as well. 16 laps ahead of us for the first race of the year. We'll bring you all action of Moto3 and Moto2 this year. Some live, some not, depending on what happens in terms of the running orders if we have clashing series. But the aim will be, when live, we are live. Welcome everybody watching on for the first time. We've got our data screen alongside us, track information. Just below me is race control. The race screen for Moto3 and Moto2 always looks a bit different compared to what we will see in MotoGP later on. Well, the field is ready because this is effectively, if you watch Formula 3, this is Moto3. Last year we couldn't bring you the season opener live. We can this year. I'm so excited about this. Josh T says, hey everybody. He's doing it on the JBMotorsports accounts because he's logged in ready to stream IndyCar later on. I hate that this live chat has moved the channel icon at the chat before you start typing. Yeah, I know. It's really annoying, isn't it? Busy day ahead, but we love it. Yeah, Adam and Josh will be covering IndyCar with me, and then they'll be taking it solo, and then back again for the NASCAR coverage as well. I believe Jess is joining us in the pit lane. I'm not sure if Tom Dillon's around. I can't remember in 100%. Afternoon, everybody, says Jess. Afternoon, Jess. Hopefully everyone's okay. Well, we had the warm-up session around about an hour and a half ago for MotoGP. It was Maverick Vinales faster there, but this for Moto3, a step into the unknown, because we have no longer got Dunlop tyres, no longer got Goodyear, no longer even have Michelin for the Junior Series. Pirelli rubber for Moto3 and Moto2 to come in, which means tyre management is going to be a factor. Yep, same as in Formula 1, Pirelli have brought a compound that requires them to be manageable. So we're going to see Moto3 pretty much the same. We're estimating about a second to 2 seconds a lap slower in race pace, saving the tyres. So Moto3 is going to be close together, but crucially, Moto2 later on is going to be closer together as well. So that's going to be side-by-side stuff. They're on the starting grid then for Moto3's Qatar Grand Prix, the season opener. We have 22 races ahead of us for the junior campaign. It is a world championship. Remember, it's not like in Formula 2 and Formula 3 when they're national championships and then FIA championships. This is a world championship. You win here, you get crowned world champion when you can either be between age 25 and guess what? 18. It's all eyes to the light, and we've got a problem already. The 44 is stalled on the grid. That's going to... Is that a Toto, actually? Can't actually see. It says 5th. Have a look and see what number it is at the back of the grid. It's behind Dixon. So, yeah, coming on, it is the 54. It's Ricardo. No, it's the 64. It's Munoz. David Munoz has stopped. Can he get back on the grid? No, you've got to go. You can't take the start. What are you doing? You stalled on the grid. You've got to go back in. And now the stewards are running around everywhere saying, like, you've got to go in the pit lane. You can't start the race. Munoz is now saying they've aborted the start. Red flags come back out again because the officials have had to go and manhandle Munoz off the track. He can't just start the race. He's got to go to the end of the pit lane. You stalled on the grid. You have to go again. They've had to send the red flag back out. Right, Munoz now being a fool, but it's all eyes to the lights. The start of the season is go! Go to go in Moto3. Great start. And up the inside immediately comes Ortola. Hologado shuts him off on the run down towards turn 1. And now they're in a drag race. Ortola looks to the inside. Hologado late to the brakes. He makes it up through as well. Ruda keeps third position. Fernandez and Ricardo Rossi going for a battle as they come through turn 1 and 2. And again, pretty calm start actually as well. They were held on the grid for so long because of David Munoz. He has now started the race. He is down in 25th position, but they ride into turns 5 and 6 then down the back of the track. Coming on the inside, there's Ortola, and then we get Ruda coming in, Fernandez, Rossi, Kelso, Alonso. That's the running order as they come through the first sector. Great start from Ortola. He got the better launch, but in the second phase, when the bike came back down, instant traction for Hologado on that gas bike. He led into turn 1. The KTM bike as well didn't stand a chance, but Ruda's right up there as well. Two different manufacturers. Got the Red Bull KTM Ijo of Ruda, and then we've got the MT Helmets MSI bike also on KTM. That's for Ortola's as well in second position. Remarkably, they've all got through without a crash as we see Ruda taking second position on the inside down at turn 7. He gets ahead of Ortola. Fernandez is right to the back of him as well as they swoop round turn 9 and 10. Now, through 11, 12, 13 and 14, the tide coming in as well. Triple right as they come in, no jump starts. Well, one started from the pits, and then unfortunately his Munoz couldn't see the number quite clearly on that part of the track. We all thought it was the 54, but it wasn't. It was the 64. And he managed to change that without having identified. Ruda keeps the lead of the race then as they come through. Munoz is down in 25th position. We thought he might be not being able to catch up to the field as quick on the opening lap. He is 6 seconds back. That's what you get for stalling the grid. And he tried to start the grid. I wonder if he get a penalty for that, for disobeying the race director's rulings. Down the start-finish straight out turn 16, down to turn 1. This is where the big toe opportunity comes as well. In towards the first corner we come. Hologado defending like crazy towards the pit wall. Tries to take the racing line on the inside. And we've got Fernandez up the inside of Ruda. And Alonso and Rossi doing a bit of battle as well. Fernandez inside line through turn 1. That'll become Ruda's into turn 3. And he gets back ahead. So Ruda keeps the position. That's going to allow Ortola to come back through for a party as well. So that's not worked out for Adrian Fernandez. There's so many Fernandezes in this sport at the moment. This is his brother, Adrian. Adrian as he comes up the inside, but still, there's a little bit of manoeuvres for the back as Alonso's got ahead. Kelso's come into it. So's Ricardo Rossi. He's up to P7, but Hologado, he has the lead of the race. Ruda in second. And it was quite calm start to the race in Moto3. I was expecting a lot more drama. There hasn't been that chaos energy that has been surrounding it. But remember, Pirelli tyres have to lift off, have to save more energy, have to have that system where you just breathe a little bit, just have gentle throttle, don't push too hard or too soon. The settings on the guitar changes it. As we see Ruda defending. Is Ruda taking the lead? Ruda's taking the lead. He slipped up the inside at turn 15, and he takes the lead away from Hologado, who's coming back immediately into turn 16. He takes the lead back, coming into the pit lane entrance, and then, whoops, up the inside goes Ruda. Sorry, it's the same thing, because we're used to this track at night. We can't take it to part of day. It's coming out at 10, 11, and now it's 12, 13, and 14. We haven't got a rider tracker either, and these parts of the track look identical, so apologies if we have a little bit of a mistake, because you can see on your screen, the track does look identical, and when it's in the daylight, you can't tell the difference from any of them. When it gets to night, you do start to see the differences, because you're more familiar with it. Have you ever had the experience of walking around your house in the daytime, and then you can perfectly find your way around it at night because you know where you live? But it's the opposite. If somebody comes in, they can find their way through the house in the daylight. When it comes night, because they don't know your house, you hit the tables. But you yourself, you know the track, so it's different. As we have 5 wide, Constantino into 1, into turn 1. Hologado, he takes the lead, contact, both Red Bulls out! Ruda and Ortola make contact at turn 1, and there's a massive high side for both of them. And already they are out at the first corner, not giving anybody any room as well. Ortola back on the bike, Ruda had a high side coming through. Unbelievable! So that's what you do. You don't trail brake in, you don't leave the throttle to just open up. So contact between the two. Now we're seeing Kelso and Vietti back up into 5th position. No, it's Colin Vire. Vire's up into 5th position. They've called him CVEI, which is exactly the same as Justina Vietti. Why do that? Anyway, here's a replay up the inside. So it's Ruda on the inside. On the outside is Ortola. Ruda leaves the throttle open. Ortola's got nowhere to go. Ruda's front drops because he hasn't got the power. And immediately, with Ortola on the outside, he goes down. Yeah, it just drops. That is so... It's a racing incident, but you don't leave that throttle open mid-part of the corner. Unbelievable. They both got going again. It was a nasty, nasty high side. And it is under investigation by the stewards. No! Out, I believe, has gone Ruda. Yeah, Ruda is out. So the MSI bike has continued of Ortola, but... Ruda, Jose Antonio Ruda, is out of the race. Brands Hatch at night is wild, says Josh T. It really is, actually, as well. I've seen some night racing there. I want to go to Brands and get the night racing done again and see that, and especially when, after the touring cars, you get that in the last race of the year, touring cars. It always gets dark early, and it's a weird, eerie atmosphere. It's lovely to get through. We've seen some enjoying racing ending there at night as well, back in the past. But, of course, Brands Hatch now has the... curfew at 6:30. Back in the day, they used to do the night racing a long time, and the touring cars even had night racing, the same as Silverstone and Snetterton back in the early 2000s. Go look at it on YouTube. Fantastic stuff as well, but who doesn't love Brands Hatch? I think the riders even say they love it. In fact, I know the riders love Cadwell Park, and that's about 30 minutes away from me right now, where I'm standing in the commentary box. At the inside, we're seeing some overtakes as Perez passes the inside of Rossi at turn 3. Nice move on the inside line as well. Stefano Nepa trying to pass Teo Foritsu as well. No further action for Tola and Ruda, so they have deemed it a racing incident. I thought it was. It's more Ruda. It's about 70-30. Ruda shouldn't have let the throttle open up, but Ortola shouldn't have been on the outside of that part of the track. It's a 50-50 racing incident, but you can't really penalise anyone for that. It's racing, but it's just so annoying because if you were Ortola, you're going to be angry at Ruda. If you were Ruda, you're going to be angry that Ortola was there. But it's so just confusing. That's how racing goes. Forizzo is battling Rossi at the moment and is trying to find a way through. He's just keeping himself to himself, but Hologado now got Alonso behind him, along with Fernandez in 3rd, Kelso's 4th, Colin Vire in 5th position. So that's just a reminder for you at the moment that with the two KTM sponsored bikes, like the two Red Bull sponsored bikes out, that is, of course, because we've got Munoz down in now 24th, but Ortola's still 23rd. So Munoz is 3/10 behind Ortola. That explains to you how big of a gap that must have been for starting in the pit lane. Unbelievable stuff. Right, back on the battle. Back into the action. 13 laps to go. We're only on lap 4 of 16. You've got Eurojoker Indy 500, which is curfew to 10 to 6:30, and after that it's pitch black and only headlights. Yeah. Out of the last couple of corners. Now, across the line again. Hologado has now got Alonso behind him. Can Alonso do it? Is he in a position to get a race win? Is that something we're going to be seriously contending with? Into turn 1. Fernandez, look, oh, okay, they're all now saving tyres. This is the part of the race that we were on about if you joined us right from the start, as Ruda gets back in, scrapes set of leathers. You okay? Yeah. Don't slam the door, you've got a cameraman behind you. Big hugs. Yeah, all okay. That's the respect between the team. Check your riders okay first, and then you go and talk about what happened in the race as well. Bertoletti's up to 14th place as well. 12 to go in Moto3. I'm jumping ahead of myself then. In about an hour, we'll be on air, by the way, for Moto2. They come thick and fast in this championship. There'll be a bit of a gap. We'll be commentating on the IndyCar at 4. So literally, I leave Moto2, go straight into the commentary box for IndyCar, and then come straight into the commentary box for MotoGP. It's that type of day where, and then straight after IndyCar, because MotoGP finishes at 6. Yeah, and then IndyCar runs until 7:30, so I come back for the end of the IndyCar race, and then we go straight into NASCAR. Literally, like, bang, straight into NASCAR. It's going to be that type of broadcast where we're at a day where we're just going to be running around like headless chickens. And by the end of the night, we'll all collapse into bed and be all good. Happy Mother's Day, everybody, as well, by the way. Field spread out the back. There's Munoz in 24th position. We had 25 starters. Oh, Ferroli's dropped down 2 places to Esteban and Caro. Oh, yellow flag. Sectors 3 and 4. Riders 17 and 18. So Ferroli and Bertoletti have crashed out. Riders okay according to the timing screens, but they have gone out. That's the reason for this yellow flag in sectors 3 and 4. So we're down to 22 runners in this Moto3 race as we come down towards the first corner again. On the inside, Holgado's not going to be in the lead this time. Alonso's lunged for it. And David Alonso takes the lead. Holgado gets the comeback though around the outside and immediately back into the lead of the race. Augusto Fernandez in 3rd position is just holding back, and there is Bertoletti and Ferroli's accident. Let's take a look what happened. Oh, it's a high side for Ferroli and just takes out Bertoletti, who's right behind coming through turn 13. That's a nasty one there. Incident's under investigation, but that's a racing incident. And in fact, I was a bit worried about Ferroli there, that high side. He was laying motionless for a little bit. He's up and walking away now, I believe. But yeah, no sign of a red flag, which is good news. If it does go red, we'll see it go red. But I understand he has moved to the situation. I swear I saw him, which is good. But that was a worry. That was a big worry. As we turn once more to the front. Holgado leading from Alonso. Fernandez via Kelso, the top 5. And Fernandez all over the back of Alonso as we come into turn, I believe, 13. I'm hoping that's the part of the track. Yeah, it was. Phew. Getting good there at the front. Sweeps back through. Triple right now through. 13 and 14 swoops in together. You can see it on the map on the screen you're watching with us. Holgado still got the lead. And there's a lot of debris on the track. My goodness, there's an awful lot of debris right on the racing line. And I think everybody was looking back there to see if everyone was still there, because there is a lot of carbon fibre laying across the track from, it's not from Farrow's bike, but it's from Bertoletti's bike. It's been shaved off from the winglets. And that's in a very dangerous position. I hope nobody gets a puncture, because punctures on motorcycles, not good. You have ultimate high sides. As we come down the straight once more, boots it hard. Holgado leads with 10 laps to go. Lap 7 of 16. And it's 3 wide against the first corner. Alonso was having a look on the inside line. Now, yeah, everyone now saving tyres. That's what they're happening here. It's a very typical Moto3 race. Everyone's going to be saving tyres. Then right at the end, it's going to go bam! Straight into the action. And straight into the beautiful chaos that we've been assured will always take place in these types of races. Fabrizio up now. He started 18th. He's running in 5th position. Biggest improver so far in this category. As they turn through once more. Just keeps on the excitement. They don't need to have too much of a difference. Perez down a couple of places as we see a little move there. Fabrizio tried to have in the back of Colin Via. Didn't work out. Kelso's coming into the mix as well from 6th position. And Rossi's past Kelso. Suzuki has dropped back as well because Nepa has down to hang on, Nepa's back ahead. So yeah, they've changed positions. Suzuki to 8th, Nepa now again. They've swapped back. Yamanaka's in 10th position. Joshua Whiteley up to 18th position actually as well. Just passing Deltwiller. Esterson in 16th position. Sorry, Esteban, not Esterson. That's the other one. That's Formula 3. See how much I'm getting my names confused this weekend. Joel Esteban in 16th position. Scott Ogden 15th. We automatically change on our timing screen whenever we have a difference out there on the circuit. 93,000 separate the top 3. Oh, was that a little move on the inside? Was that Colin Via being overtaken? Yeah. Via has been passed by Fabrizio, who slips through at the inside, coming at exit of turn 14. Through the kick at 15, and now into turn 16 as well. Is there going to be a look on the inside line? They think about it, they want it. Not going to happen, I'm afraid. You'll just have to be more calm, more patient. Don't always think there's going to be an opportunity for a masterclass change around. Down the straight we come then, side by side. Fiorizzo going for it as well. Fernandez as well, 3 wide for second position to turn 1. Fiorizzo's on the inside line. He gets ahead 1, 2 places. Wide goes Alonso. And Fernandez squeezes through. And he's trying to go on the outside of Fiorizzo for second position. Hasn't worked out. Hologado keeps the lead as they come through 2 and 2 into 3 and 4. So, Hologado, Fiorizzo, now in second position, passing Fernandez and Alonso. And Alonso's on the inside line, trying to pass Fernandez into turn 4. He's going for it at the inside, and he's going to make the move stick if we can just hold that inside line quicker. Alonso, better pace in the exit, round the outside. He breezes back through. Fabulous. And there goes Fiorizzo, taking the lead at turn 6 up the inside of Daniel Hologado. Fabulous move. Slipped through on the inside nicely. Now that we're 9 to go, anyone who was starting to save tyres has now got to start pushing again. We estimated it was 2 seconds elapsed, 2 seconds slower the overall race pace. On these Pirelli tyres, Hologado though, proving he can ride whatever tyres he wants, Dunlop or Pirelli, because he slipped through the inside line and got ahead of Fiorizzo to retake the lead of the race. Love Moto3. It's nice having it back, isn't it? It's been a while since this Moto3. Nice, good race. That debris needs to be picked up for Moto2. I hope the marshals get out there. And then again, race control proving that this is the reason we should have at least a virtual safety car procedure to slow the field down. Let's have a look. Josh T says, I went to the Brit car Into the Night race once. It's a shame that it's Mexico GP weekend and that GP for MotoGP causes its free entry on Sunday for Brands Hatch 500. 8.5 hours of free motorsport. I might have to abandon you, Josh. You would love it, Josh. I would. You go, abandon. Take Brands Hatch and 8.5 hours of free motorsport. Absolutely love it. As up the inside, and look at that pace from Alonso and Fernandez, breezing past Ricardo Rossi into turn 1. Fernandez has taken 3rd position, and Rossi just blocked the pace of Alonso, who's now trying to go around the outside, coming into turn 2. Wonderful pace from them two. They have been towing each other beautifully across this race. They sweep back through once more. Loving Moto3, hope you are too. Alonso very late on the inside of turn 4, and 9 times out of 10 that's an accident, so he didn't back out of it, but he didn't really give an opportunity to go for a move either. Scary, scary, scary. Cautiously, wildly, accelerating. Back on the curb. Remember, the rule still exists that if you touch the blue curbs at this point, if you go off the curb itself, you will get a warning and then a long lap penalty. Then possibly as well you get overall a post-race penalty that could dock you. If you do it on the last lap, you dock a position. This fall didn't bring a drink with him to the commentary box. Out of breath a little bit. They turn through again. Fiorizzo trying to pass Hologado. Still keeping on the power. Rossi's up to 3rd. He's retaken Fernandez. And, Fiorizzo's dropped. Hang on a minute. What's happened there? That's Suzuki who's come into the mix, who dropped back a couple of positions. We now have an 11-way fight for the lead, by the way, everyone. You heard me right there. 11. We have 22 left. Half of them are in the lead in this race. Unbelievable. Down the straight we go. And Rossi fancies a move. He's going to pull alongside Fiorizzo. They're right up against the pit wall. The bodywork flexing for Rossi through the aero pacers. Fiorizzo tried to come round the outside of Hologado and massively getting it wrong. There was Augusto Fernandez. He trail braked in. He managed to save it at the second apex of turn 1. And again, inside line for Fiorizzo. He's taking shorter lines. That's going to compromise him a lot to Ricardo Rossi at the exit. Rossi's staying with him. He knows where to have a look. He knows where the butter is bred. And there goes Alonso on the inside of Fernandez at turn 4. Meantime, for Rossi, Rossi takes Fiorizzo at turn 4 and 5. Fiorizzo gets the cutback. Fernandez and Alonso still closing in together. So Hologara can look back and just watch this race because it's 3 wide. Coming into the braking zone for turn 6. Alonso's on the inside of Ricardo Rossi. Alonso takes 2 places into 1 corner. Alonso from 5th to 3rd. Rossi and Fernandez have just been mugged. Brilliant overtake on the inside line. Hologado, he's dictating the race pace. He can save his tyres. He's 2 tenths ahead of Fiorizzo as well. So I don't know if Hologado's properly saving the tyres. We'll keep an eye on it. As up the inside again, Adrian Fernandez does get ahead of Ricardo Rossi. Back into turns 12, 13 and 14. Triple right-hander. Debris here as well. Stay off the debris. Don't cut your tyre, everyone. Anna Carisso, by the way, just popped into my head. She's up in 17th position, 2 places away from a points-paying opportunity. And we're just seeing as well as Piqueras has passed Esteban. On the line towards turn 16. And they all Constantino in again, trying to get some overtakes, but it's the long drag down. Ricardo Rossi right up there as well. Now we get the tow between 11 riders towards turn number 1, and here comes Alonso. Pulls to the outside, and Alonso's got much more pace. He should be level with Hologado, who comes across to defend into turn 1. Fernandez on the inside of Alonso for 3rd position. Alonso's going to trail break in round the outside. That's going to push him wide. Fernandez gets 3rd. Alonso down to 4th, but gets better exit pace. Can't take it back. Fiorizzo dives up the inside in turn 2. Gets ahead of Hologado. Fiorizzo takes the lead of the race. Fantastic. Now we're seeing what Moto3 is so famous for. Up to 4 wide into turn 5 wide into turn 4. And Rossi stays in 5th position. Hologado retakes the lead. And I think Fernandez ahead now of Alonso. Yep. No, Alonso back ahead of Fernandez before turn 6. Up the inside, Rossi passes Napa again. They're overtaking each other so fast the timing screen can't update. Top 4 have shuffled more than a deck of cards. Fiorizzo nearly touching rear tyre to Hologado there. 9 times out of 10, that front wheel to rear wheel, you are down on the deck. Oh, and he's gone out of shape. He's run wide. And through goes Alonso. Through goes Fernandez. Just got a mistake on the brake. Little twitch, and he ran it too deep. Fiorizzo back down to 4th. And now 3rd as he passes Fernandez. Kelso coming back in from 11th place after getting shuffled back. He's battling with Perez. Alonso in 2nd. Fernandez trying to take 3rd place on the inside line and gets it back. Talk about an energetic race. Every second we are changing. Braking hard. Out of the last corner. Give it the full welly. And now across the line once more. Anyone going to have Rossi's up to 4th, Fiorizzo down to 5th. Hologado still keeping that advantage as they come through. They're all battling further back as well. It's unbelievable. Into that first corner. Side-by-side stuff. Hologado keeps that pace at the front. Alonso in 2nd, Fernandez 3rd, Fiorizzo, Rossi, Nepa. Oh, hang on a minute. Because we're seeing right now Colin Vaya under pressure with Suzuki. And I think Vaya and Nepa battling together as well. So 6, 7, 8 in a little bit of a battle. A sub-battle. Yep, and Villa up into 6th, Nepa 7th, Yamanaka 8th. Suzuki down to 9th position. Perez now 10th. Kelso's dropped back by half a second, so it's effectively a 10-way fight. With Kelso desperately trying to close up to the front. He's only half a second back. He's got 6 seconds to Esteban. Here's the move that we need to look at on a replay. So this is this is Fiorizzo getting it all twitched up, and Alonso Fernandez diving through on the inside, and he nearly touched the back actually, did Fiorizzo of Hologado, and that just jumped him a little bit, and he needed to skate off the track. Kept it on, missed a couple of places there. Rossi trying to go around the outside for 4th position from 5th. Fiorizzo still there. And Hologado now under attack from Alonso as it comes towards 12, 13 and 14. The triple right-hander at the back of the track. Almost akin to what we see at San Marino at the Marco Simoncelli World Circuit Mazzano. A little bit of a change. Yamanaka passing Perez for... Hang on a minute. Perez passing Suzuki. There it is. And Farizzo, side by side, off the track goes Fernandez. Farizzo forcing him off the track and takes third position. Now they smell blood in the water because Rossi's going to have a go down the start-finish straight with 4 laps to go. That was the blood in the water. The top two have been separated. Alonso can now go for it. Alonso can try and get ahead of Hologado free of charge. This is when they're going to start practicing for the last lap manoeuvres. 4 laps to go at the moment as they come in towards turn number 1. 3, 4 wide, braking hard. Hologado comes down first. Fernandez retakes third position. Farizzo stands back. Then we get further back as well with, I think that's Colin Vire in a battle as well. Perez passing Yamanaka. Fabulous. Moto3, this is what you like, and I hope Moto2 is going to be like this. Everybody's really excited to see Moto2 because of these Pirelli tyres. It should be a lot closer than what we saw last year and the year before when they were 2 to 3 seconds difference between the top 3. Occasionally we got a good race, but 9 times out of 10, the Moto2 race was the most boring one of the weekend. On the inside, Farizzo getting ahead for third position. He passes Adrian Fernandez. Take a breath, regroup, and see what happens, because there's a long way to go. Let's have a replay. So what are we taking a look at here? This is there's Kelso for the back. Oh, and a late lunge. So that's Perez getting ahead, and that's why Suzuki's dropped back to 10th position, and Colin Vire's in there too. Oh, Farizzo has been passed by Fernandez again for third position. I believe down at turn 9 and 10 before 11 and 12, yeah. Oops, one of the NXT drivers' headrest came out. That's not meant to happen. Oh, no, it's not. Blimey. Indian NXT was a fun race. Air temperature 23 degrees right now. Just turning in now to the last couple of corners. It doesn't feel like it's 2:30 in the afternoon here in the UK. It feels much earlier, like it's 10:30. I mean, that's a good thing. We'll be recharged enough for later on. Although over there in Qatar, it's 5:30. Up the inside, Farizzo can't get a move on Fernandez. They've sort of started subsectioning now. Top 4 gap 3/10, 5 to 10 gap of 1.6. Kelso's dropped back now, so it's a 10-way fight. 3 to go in Moto3. Alonso holds off for second position. He's got Fernandez and Farizzo. It's 3 wide on the inside line at turn 1. Farizzo on the innermost line takes second. Fernandez trying to drift back. He takes third. David Alonso down into 4th position. Fernandez is in 3rd position. Rossi closing in as well on the back. Kojo Watambe is watching on the HRC president, enjoying what he's seeing. Come on, let's have a good end to this one. On here in 90 minutes for NASCAR, for IndyCar, by the way. It's a busy day, isn't it? It's one of these where we just sort of roll with the punches, I'm afraid. Back again, new and improved. Alonso in 3rd, Fernandez in 4th position. 2 to go after this one. Can Hologado keep this lead? Farizzo's been on the back of it the entire race, minus a few mistakes. He knows what he can do. He knows where he can pull and where he can push. It's not going to be like a, oh my God, what's happened situation. They will keep it, I don't want to say professional, but they'll keep it raceful, which is, I think, the best version of it. Oh, Rossi on the inside at turn 12 gets ahead of Fernandez. So that's pushing Fernandez further back. And that's 3 wide at the back as well, because Suzuki's coming into battle with Colin Vire. The 2 teammates at Husqvarna loading up together. And now they're top 10. Any one of them could win. If you wanted a grandstand finish to a race, look no further than Moto3. 10 riders scrapping it out to win the opening race of the year. Whoa, big Y from Perez. Getting on the curb at the exit of the last corner. 2 to go It's shakedown time, boys. What have you got? Fiorizzo won't get him across the line. Start line's been moved further back this year, but it's into the lead for Fiorizzo. Hologada's going to get forced out wide. Alonso takes second position and now takes the lead. Fiorizzo gets forced out. Hologado parts the two of them like Moses up the inside line and takes the lead of the race again as Fiorizzo touches the rear tyre of Alonso. And up the inside goes Riccardo Rossi. Fiorizzo down to fourth on a huge crash. Bike in the middle. And that's going to be Yamanaka. Yamanaka slides into the wall, thankfully not at high speed. But Yamanaka's out. He got on the curb and had a high side moment. Down to a 9, now 10-way fight. They're all getting their elbows out now. Forget that. They've got the machetes out. They are slicing their way through this field. On the inside line. Perez up into 5th, battling with Adrian Fernandez. Hologara still leading. Yellow flag out. Bike still in the middle of the track. It's drifted off to where Yamanaka was. Wow. Whew, take a breath. Yeah, Moto3's next time out in Portugal. Josh T saying in the chat. Omi saying we're in the chat, yep. Yeah, Portugal same weekend as Australia for Formula 1. It's a busy weekend there. There's the replay we just saw on the side of our screen. That's a nice use of sync and sync. That yellow flag still out in Sector 2 while they remove that bike. No physical yellow flags anymore in MotoGP. It's all controlled via light boards and dash cams. Whoa! The 31 of Adrian Fernandez, and he's sliding into Perez and Colin Vaya. Alonso's down to 6th. And up the inside for second position. There goes Rossi. Right, out the last lap we come. This is when you'll try to see and give a test what the slipstream power is. There's the control line. 1 to go. Final lap. 3 wide into turn 1. Fiorizzo, widely out of shape, makes the apex. Coming through is Perez. On the inside line, Fernandez coming back. So is Alonso. They've had to do it once today. They're going to try and do it again. Back through. Regroup. Yellow flag is still out with an oil flag, so no overtaking, guys. No overtaking. There's debris on the track. Alonso runs right over it. No local yellow. We are good to go. Into the braking zone. Alonso can't find a way through. Fernandez trying to push through, and Alonso round the outside. And Fernandez goes down, and he takes out Perez. The two riders come together. Perez's bike hitting the side of Fernandez. And that might be a stoppage. I really hope Fernandez is okay. Perez won't run into him on the side of that bike. That was a nasty one. Really nasty. Perez's bike, because sort of Fernandez fell, got eaten by his own bike, and Perez ran into him, so the two bikes together got squashed. I really hope Adrian Fernandez is okay after that one. That was a nasty one, and it was caused by Alonso. On to the last few sectors we come. Yellow flag is out, no sign of the red. On the inside, Alonso's going to try and take the race win, though. It's going to be under investigation, though. That's not going to be likely. Fiorizzo down to 3rd, and now Hologado's feeling the pressure through the debris zone. He runs wide at 14. Alonso's going to be faulting him right there. Just trying to take it. Alonso into turn 415. Can't get the way through. Last corner we come to. Turn 16 here. Who's going to win the Moto3 Grand Prix of Qatar? Fiorizzo looks to the inside. Alonso trail breaks out. Alonso gets the lead. He's taken out Hologado. It's a drag race to the line. But is it going to be David Alonso to win? Or will it be Daniel Hologado at the line? David Alonso wins in Qatar. Hologado is 2nd. Well, Alonso seems happy about that, but I'm not entirely sure if he'll keep that race win if there's a post-race penalty. But he had to fight through the field twice. David Alonso wins a very dramatic opener to Moto3. Hologado 2nd, Fiorizzo 3rd, Rossi 4th, Vaya in 5th, 6th Finepa, 7th Suzuki, 8th Kelso, Ortola 9th. Roller Stone is in 10th, Esteban 11th, Baqueras 12th, Ogden gets points. Caruso gets points. Caro gets points. Nicola Caro gets points. Brilliant. Luca Lanetti gets points on debut. Munoz Delwiller, Watley, Bushrali, and then out went Fernandez, Perez, Yamanaka, Ferrari, Bertoletti and Ruda. Wow! David Alonso, the Colombian, wins again in Moto3. Wow! What a race! David Alonso wins the Moto3 Qatar Grand Prix. Hologado second. And Taro Farizzo finishes in third place. What a race! Wow! That was unbelievable. We've already confirmed the results. The last standing ones on there on the screen. As you can see, Alonso, and there'll be the points finishers as well. For 25 points down to 15, that gets 1. So well done for Nicola Caro to get points as well here in Moto3. What an amazing race. Right, we're back in around about 35 minutes time as we'll get going for the Moto2 Grand Prix here at Qatar. Thanks for your company for Moto3. We'll be back for MotoGP shortly, Moto2 and MotoGP shortly. What an opener. Absolutely brilliant. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.